Alright, we are back here talking about the last film in my set, called The Barefooted Kid. This one right here. Last film of the set. Not a very good one. I don't get on with this one. I don't know what it... Maybe it's too serious, or something. I don't know. It definitely feels a lot different. Like... I noticed a couple of sets where I'm just like, okay, I remember that set. But other than that, it's like a lot of new sets. It's definitely on a soundstage. But these seem to be a lot of new sets, I think. But this one has just never really hit me well. I never quite enjoyed the plot personally. I think the main character just didn't really land with me. Which is funny because, like, I feel like it's very kind of a little bit of a silly character, similar to the last film. Just this one didn't land. I don't know why. I'm just like, it just didn't really work. I watch it and I'm like, nah, just nah. Really, it's like. I don't know if it should be. It felt like a little bit of a letdown at the end of the set where I'm like, oh, this one is, yeah, just not doing it for me. It was kind of a shame. Like it looks pretty. I don't know what it is. I never quite understand the difference in films. Just like why certain films, like this one feels very 90s, like. I don't know why that is. I want to learn how to quantify that because I always like I look at it and go, that feels very 90s because it feels like some of the like Godzilla films I've watched from the 90s. But I don't quite know what that is. What makes this film very 90s? It just looks it. Which is odd. I don't know. I'm very bad at quantifying certain things in films. But yeah, let me. So a little bit earlier, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend this one. Maybe it's just me. I think I might need to rewatch this one, like just to get it again. Maybe it was just a late night, and I'm like, nope. But yeah, right. I do apologize for yawning. Let's read the synopsis. So spoilers. That was for me personally, not a recommendation. But let me read this, so because it helps get the plot in my head. Right, or it helps get it because I have watched it, but yeah, sometimes it's easy to read it and then go, okay, let's read it again. Yeah, I fully get it. Barefooted young man Guang Feng Yo lives in a poor village. Is ordered by his dying father to join his friend Dan Nan. I'm going to call him Dan Nan, a foreman at the Four Seasons weaving factory, and is offered work as an apprentice there. After settling down, Feng Yao makes a acquaintance with a private school teacher named Hao Xiaolin. Xiaolan? The two become close friends in spite of the objections of Xiaolan's father, Master Hao. Manchu Kihupu, backed by General Nalan, holds a tournament to cover up his gambling activities, and at the same time recruits a number of exiles to extend his influence. Magistrate Yan Xianyu secretly conspires with the Master Hu to eliminate him. Qi, the owner of the Dragon Spinners, plans to buy up the Four Seasons Weavers. When his offer is turned down by its proprietress, the young widow, Miss Hu, he encourages his men to set fire to her factory, but Hao doesn't yield to the threats. Dan Nan, whose real name is Kuang Yin, is an ex-convict. Admiring her guts, and decides to help her secretly without exposing his identity. He repeatedly stops Feng Yao, also unrivaled in martial arts, from using violence, but the latter eventually seizes the title deed from Dragon Spinners. Knowing the serious competition, Dan arranges for Feng Yao to return to the country. Unreconciled to this, Feng Yang fights in the tournament and wins. Impressed by his bravery, Qi hires Feng Yao as his coach and hides the truth from him. Young and inexperienced, Feng Yao soon becomes his stooge and is trapped into killing Master Xiao for him. Is trapped? Yeah. He becomes abandoned and given to drinks, philandering, and casually exposes Dan's real identity to him. Qi decides to report this to the court to claim credit. Moved by Dan's constant help, Xiao confides to him her true love, and the latter gracefully accepts it. Unfortunately, Dan is now wanted by the court and decides to give himself up. Dan is asked by Yang to wipe out Qi and his spinning mill, and Dan agrees. Knowing that he may not return alive, Xiao offers herself to him. On the way to Dragon Spinners, Dan is poisoned to death by Qi before Feng Yao arrives. Feng Yao engages in a death duel with Qi to carry out Dan's behest. Yeah. I don't know. I've never watched the original. It's supposed to be... Disciples of Shaolin. I don't think I've watched that one. Which is an odd one. Which is an odd one, because it's like, well, surely I would have thought they would include that if it was a remake of a different Xiao Brothers film. Like, I would have put that on the same disc with this one, personally. Does seem like an odd one to not include. So why was I'm like, why do we not include the original? I don't quite know the significance of this film. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the significance of this. It just doesn't land for me. And that might just be me. Like, it looks good. But plot-wise, it just doesn't hit me. But, yeah. Maybe for you'll enjoy it after me reading the plot. Or maybe you do already enjoy it. I don't know. Let me know if you do. I'm curious. I'm interested to know what people's thoughts are on this film. But, I'm going to sign off now. This is the last one of this set. Volume 3 comes out in November. I may or may not be buying that. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, I will be buying it, just I don't know when I'm going to be buying it. In the place of these films for now is going to be the Street American cartoon. I thought that was going to be a fun one to do, and it is. It's so bizarre to watch. So bizarre. I've already started it. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to sign off and say, live long and prosper. And we'll see you next time for Street Fighter. Bye for now.